Hey guys, welcome back to Pro Guns, supporter of the Second Amendment. Today we're going to talk about dry fire training and how you can improve your shooting skills by doing so. Now, for those who don't know what dry fire training is shooting your firearm without live ammunition. So I'm going to present a few different options to you in various price ranges so that you can make a decision based on what you can afford and what works for you. So the first option we're going to go into are snap caps. This is a must for any new shooter. Snap caps are the exact size and feel of live ammunition, but there's no gunpowder, there's no primer, and this projectile doesn't come out. It's just all one piece. Okay, and there's a rubber cushion here that protects your firing pin. Now, the great thing about the snap caps is that they're totally safe. They don't make noise. You can practice using them anywhere you want, and they're really cheap. A pack of 5 of these is about $15. I prefer AZoom. These are really good quality ones because they're made out of aluminum. If you go on Amazon, you'll see quite a few snap caps, but a lot of them, the tips are plastic and they're going to crack over time, and you don't want pieces of broken plastic in your firearm. And they come in different calibers as well, almost every caliber for handguns. That's .357 Magnum. This is .45 ACP. They even have 12 gauge shotgun and .223 5.56 rifle. Now, before using snap caps, the first thing you should do is make sure you have no live ammunition in the room whatsoever. Okay, it's very important to prevent accidents. So we'll start off with the .357 revolver. This is unloaded. As a person new to firearms, before you even start playing with live ammo, you should have snap caps because this should be a must. And you should practice loading, unloading your revolver, and dry firing it. Okay? And you can do this over and over again. And again, this is by far the cheapest method of dry fire training. You know, for $15, you can practice holding your firearm, making sure you don't shake. All the other principles that you would do at the gun range apply to this as well. You practice your breathing. You can practice your sight alignment and picture alignment. You can practice your trigger follow through. Another technique you can do with the revolver or semi-automatic for that matter is you can put a quarter up on the top of your front sight, pull the trigger, make sure you're steady and the quarter doesn't drop. As you get better, you can reduce it down to a dime. You can practice drawing from your holster. For a revolver, that's pretty much all you're going to be able to do is use snap caps for firing, loading, and unloading. Semi-automatics are a lot more fun. And the nice thing about it is being these are caliber specific, I can use these in my Glock 30, 45 ACP, or my Colt 1911. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load a few up for my Glock 30. And again, if you're new to firearms, especially a semi-automatic, you should definitely have snap caps and practice loading and unloading your magazine, ejecting them. You don't want to be doing that with live ammo the first time. So, fire, eject, fire, eject. Okay, that's the Glock. Now we're going to do a few in the Colt 1911. You can just pull the hammer back every time and fire, and then eject. Okay, this is a great method. It's fairly cheap, and you can do it anywhere, and it's totally safe. Okay, so that's option one. Next option, I use the pink Rhino from Mantis. It's a laser training cartridge, and these come in almost any caliber for semi-automatic. This is 45 ACP. There's a rubber cushion on the back, and when the firing pin or striker hits it, it shoots a red laser. Okay, so let's show you how it works in the Glock. You just drop it in, pull the trigger, now on the Glock you do have to pull the slide back slightly in order for the trigger to reset, and that's just the way it is. Okay, now we're going to try this on the 1911. You do have to use a dowel to get it out. 1911 is the same thing. Drop it in the barrel. Only on the 1911, you could just pull the hammer back every time. Okay. These laser cartridges are about 40 bucks. Okay. That's still fairly cheap. And the nice thing about these is that every time you pull the trigger, you'll see where you would hit, because the light comes out of the barrel just like the bullet would. Okay. So you just pull your trigger, and now you know what you would have hit. The nice thing about it is you could use anything as a target. You can put up real targets. You can use your wall plate pictures, anything you want. You can practice this anywhere because it's portable. Also makes no noise, and it's totally safe. But the problem with these is that after the laser goes away, you have no idea where you shot, right? It's gone as soon as the laser beam goes away. You forget how your shots were. But for 40 bucks, it's still a pretty good method. Gives you a lot more options than the snap caps do. I would still recommend having both. And by the way, one thing I like to do with the snap caps at a live range is put in a few live rounds of ammo, and then put a snap cap and a couple more live rounds of ammo, so that you can practice shooting. And when it hits the snap cap and it doesn't go off, you can practice the standard tap and rack and eject it, and then fire your live ammo. So now the next method is the Mantis Laser Academy training system. I did a full review on this, so I'm not going to spend too much time with it. Please watch that video. But what you get with this is you get a tripod, you get a laser cartridge for the caliber of your choice, you get the mount for your phone, you get a set of small targets and large targets, and the incredible app. This app is just absolutely fantastic, and it's totally free. Matter of fact, even the targets are free. You could just download more targets from Mantis. They don't even charge you for them, but this app is phenomenal. There's tons of drills and courses on here, and the list just keeps growing. And it's 100% free once you register your product. Nice thing about it is that they just added a die-hard drill to this, which is a lot of fun. But more importantly, one thing that the laser cartridge doesn't do that this does is this shows your history of every time you shoot. Okay, so for instance, this shows every shot that I took, where the shot placement was, how I scored, and the total time that it took me to fire all the rounds, and how much time it took me for each shot. This is invaluable because with this history, you can tell over time whether your skills are improving and you're getting rid of habits. You can also tell if you're picking up new bad habits. So it's a great thing to have. And also with this app, my understanding also is that you can share these results with your friends that have this system, and you can compete against each other. So that's pretty cool. This gives you for $100. This gives you everything you need to have your own shooting range in your basement that's totally safe. I know with the cost and availability of ammo these days, a lot of people are just not shooting. Okay, we already know that shooting is a perishable skill, and if you don't shoot enough, your skills will start to deteriorate. You'll start losing the muscle memory, etc. There's no excuse for not dry fire training. Matter of fact, if you're lazy, you don't even have to get up off the couch. You could sit on the couch and shoot anything you want. Christ, for that matter, you can do this while you're sitting on the potty. You have absolutely zero excuse. Again, for $100, this is probably the best investment you can ever make. Please watch the video on that. Now, the last option is a little pricey, but this is the Cert Pistol from Next Level Training. Okay? The slide does not come back. It comes with a weighted magazine, but it will not accept ammunition. Okay? This is the same exact size and weight as a Glock 19, but the difference with this is, unlike using the Glock where you have to keep pulling the slide back, you could just keep rapid firing this. And even in 1911, you have to pull the hammer back. The problem with that is when you're practicing drawing from the holster and shooting, right, having to rack the slide every time gets old, and it kind of breaks your momentum. Now, this is a little pricey. This is about $249, okay? But as an NRA instructor, they gave me a steep discount. So if you happen to be an NRA instructor, you get a huge discount on this. But even at the list price of $249, this thing is invaluable. You can just rapid fire. That's one thing you can't do with the laser cartridge. Okay, and what really makes it invaluable is it works perfectly in conjunction with the Mantis system. So with the Mantis system, you can put up multiple targets. Okay, you can take your Cert Pistol and boom, 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 you can rapid fire all the targets, and it'll still retain your scores. These two items together are just an unbelievable system. Okay, either one of these by themselves is a very good method of doing it. Like I said, snap caps should be a mandatory requirement for new shooters. But for $100, you can get this. $249, you get that, and for $50, you get the laser cartridge. My opinion, if you're going to spend $50 just for the laser cartridge, you may as well spend $100 and get the whole ball of wax here. But anyway, if you're not dry fire training, I'm hoping now you're going to consider it, especially if you carry a firearm every day. If you carry your weapon every day, you better know how to shoot it. And God forbid a defensive situation arises where you have to use your weapon. You don't want to be rusty. You want your skills sharp all the time. There's no excuse for not doing it. You can do it as cheap as you want or as expensively as you want. But the bottom line is, if you do this on a regular basis, you will dramatically improve your shooting skills. It's not a substitution for live fire, but with the cost and availability of ammo, a lot of people are not shooting these days. You can't get the ammo, you can't afford to buy it. There's absolutely no excuse not to dry fire train and use the cost of ammo and availability as your excuse for not practicing. So I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel, like our videos so that we can continue to bring you product reviews, and share this video with everyone you know that's a shooter. I think this will greatly benefit new and experienced shooters alike. Again, thanks for watching. Till next time.